Hello and welcome to a guide to Cardinia. I'm Shoheli. Is there anybody who is watching me? So today we will be cooking fried beetroot, and most of the people knows the benefit of beetroot. This lowers your cholesterol, and actually it lowers your blood pressure. It helps prevent from cancer, and there's many more benefits of using beetroot. The recipe I'll be showing you today, it's not actually traditional Bangladeshi recipe. In Bangladesh, we used to have a vegetable leafy, like it's a tomato tree sort of plant that we loved to eat. And since coming into Australia, you can't buy it from anywhere. And I was missing it dearly. Then I realized one day that I'm going to be using beetroot in this way. And since then, my family member loved it. We can eat it every day. And non-Bangladeshi friends who has tried this recipe, they loved it. Hi, Haika. So I will show you another thing. These are the beetroot that I bought from Woolworths yesterday. I wanted to show pictures for some of you to buy your ingredients if you want to cook with me, but I don't really prefer them. So I got this one from Dandenong Market today. They are really very big, good, juicy, sweeter. So our main ingredients is beetroot. We're gonna be needing garlic, onion, chilies. These chilies are from my garden. It's very hot. And oil. So let's start. This is the pan. I'll be turning the stove on. And I am using this size beetroot, 3 of them, and couple more small ones. For this many beetroot, you need about 2 tablespoons oil. So put the oil in. And for cooking oil, I just use vegetable oil. Then the tricks, I'm going to show you one trick. Anytime you want to fry something, I have noticed many people actually put the onion first. But if you put the garlic first, it gets the best aroma out of it. And to crush the garlic, you can use the knife. Other thing is you can use your pestle. I've got one pestle. I actually inherited this one from my grandmother. So this is almost 70 years old. I'm very lucky to have this one. What I do with the pestle is just crush it. That does your job. So we're gonna be crushing it. And my oil is heating but not boiling. And you need about 7-8 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic. Another tips, we use a lot of garlics for our cooking. So what I do, when it's in season, I peel the skin off and I refrigerate them. So it's handy, it's always there. You can grab it whenever you're needing. So quickly, let's chop them. Should be able to hear. This is me. No, the oil is not hot yet, but that's okay. So there goes the garlic. I need few more cloves. And for chili, you can add to your taste. So if you want to make it really hot, you can add few more, or if you can't tolerate hot at all, then just add a little bit, because the beetroot is sweet, so you need to balance it. Okay, can you hear the sizzling noise of the garlic? Now, onion. So one onion medium size is right for this many beetroot that I'll be using. So another trick, you can cut it half and then take the skin off, and everything, all this skin and everything will go to my compost. And I know whoever watched Haika's video last time, she has shown you how to cut onion. With me, it doesn't really matter how you cut it, because cooking is very creative. You can do, doesn't matter which size, but for something you need to be very particular. So generally I cut it half, and then I just go and do that. Doesn't matter whether you leave it this big or not. You can cut a few more, and that gives you some cube. That's half of the onion goes in. So today we have Leanne, Sarah, who joined us. Leanne, we are cooking fried beetroot today. The amount of beetroot I'm cooking, Haika, you can feed pretty much 8 people, really. So let the onion and garlic saute, and we're gonna be adding the chili bit later. Now it's time to peel the beetroot. Let's start. So Haika, are you cooking with me? Look at the color, how red it is. So the way I am cooking beetroot, you can actually cook so many things by using this same method. So you just put the garlic in first, then the onion, and then we'll be adding chili bit later on. So you can cook potato, you can cook zucchini, pumpkin, cauliflower, any vegetable you want this way, and that is really delicious. I'm sure you will love it after today. So don't forget to stir in, because you don't want your onion and garlic to fry. You just need to change color and get soft. Now I'll show you which color you need before you add in your beetroot. There's another thing with this recipe, or with anything else, you can actually use prawn, because I know some Haika, who is my friend, she is using prawn. So if you want to use prawn, cut in small pieces, and when you are frying your garlic and onion, then you add the prawn, and then we'll be adding the beetroot last. That's one way. Other way is you can just do the prawn separately on a pan, few drop of oil, then cook the prawn for 2-3 minutes, then keep it separate, and then add it before you finish your beetroot cooking about 5 minutes ago. all together, put them together and stir in. Yep, and this beetroot could go really well with rice or bread, any sort of bread really. This could be a meal, so you can have this beetroot with rice or bread, have egg omelette with it, and it could be a full meal. As I said, Ash, you can serve it with bread or rice. Both will go well. You can eat by itself as well. Oh, that's great, Ash, because I was looking at this screen and I knew this question will pop up. Okay. Let's start. Okay. I'll show you the color we're getting. So that's the color. Some of the onion or garlic is a bit roasted. So I'll let it cook while I will cut my chilies into half. I'm going to show you something else. I'm a fanatic about saving water. See, I keep a bucket. I save water from my dishwasher, washing machine, and whenever I'm washing something, there's So I have kept these peeled beetroot in a bowl. Just give them one wash before you chop them. So now it's time to add the chili. You can just cut in half, add it. So I am adding about 4 green chili. These are really hot. So 4 hot chilies going in. Okay, now it's time to grate our beetroot. And this is going to the compost bin. So today I'm going to be using a mandolin. You can use any sort of grater. It could be a cheese grater even. But if you're using a mandolin, don't forget to use your guard. Otherwise you can chop your fingertip. So at this moment I'll show you something. So this is the color we want before we're going to be adding the garlic. So it's done. So I have turned off the stove and now we're going to be grating our hero ingredients. You can ask me why I have prepared the garlic and onion first. I'll tell you. So every time I'm going to be cutting a beetroot, I'll put that on the pan so it's ready. And then once you put everything, then you can turn the stove on. I'll show you the thickness. So this is about ½ inch. It doesn't really matter. If it's really thick, it will take more time to cook. That's the thing. But you don't want really thin like a string. can give you another tips. When you're grating anything like fruit or veggie, go all the way. Then it will give you the full length like this. Some people does like halfway, so it's always very small. I know I'm using my hand first because it's so big, you can't hold it. So after it's like half size gone, then I'm using my guard. Yes, Ash and Haika, you can use Thermomix, you can use food processor if you have. I have them as well, but I just picked a mandolin to show that you can do it anywhere really. It doesn't matter because not everybody has a mandolin or Thermomix or even a food processor. So now, Haika, you have to wait for me until I finished cutting all. So see, last bit I'm gonna leave it and use my knife later to cut it. Haika, how are you going? You having your practice of your patience? That sounds good. Oh, Ash, trust me, you will love it. This is like divine. So now I'm not done grating all my, it's 2 more left, but because see it's almost half pan full, so I can now turn on this stove, and remember it should be on medium heat, and I'll continue grating. So the small one, you can start with the guard. I'm not that long, but you can add it with your onion and garlic, Haika, as I did. So it will be cooking. how many beetroot you cooking, Haika, today? But Ash, you can always buy from shop and try it before you gonna be harvesting your one. It goes in. Now I'm going to be quickly cutting these edges. You don't have to worry, Haika, because yours are already done. Okay. That's all ready and cooking. I'll just give it a wash because, as you know, everywhere, not everywhere, it's all this juice from beetroot. Okay, now it's time to give it a stir, but we need to add another ingredient, which is salt. And salt could be, it's depending on your taste. For this much, I am using 2 teaspoons. I might need to use a little bit more. So 2 and 1/4, and slowly turn over. At this point, you can turn your heat to the maximum. So mix it well. It does, Ash. It will actually, I need it to be half of the amount that we added as raw. And that's the tricky bit. It shouldn't take you long to cook. So because we have turned the heat onto the full, now I'm going to put the lid on. So I bought this lid, see, with so many holes. It really works well. So, and it fits a lot of pan. But I think I will need few more chili. the reason I'm adding more chili, because to our taste bud, beetroot is very, very sweet. So I want to balance it. So with this quantity, about 8 chili would be perfect. It won't be too hot, of course. It would be very mild. And I have some very like hot, mild, not so hot chili. If anybody is interested, let me know. I'll keep some seed for you to grow in the summer. So now it's wet time. Is there anybody have any question? Exactly, Ash. That's really good, handy, this lid. So while my beetroot is cooking, I'll just quickly wash the mandolin. So there you go, all the washing is done. So once this beetroot will finish, you don't have to worry about washing, you can just eat it. So at this point of time, you should be seeing some juice coming out. We need to reduce all whole juice really. And it's important that you stir after a few minutes. Otherwise it will stick in the bottom of the pan and it could give you a burn like smoky flavor, which you don't want. How is yours going, Haika? Yes, that's what I do. Haika, how is your one going? Can you smell it? It's time to start again. And see, cooking this sort of vegetable this way, it gives you time to do other things you can do. You don't have to always stand here, keep an eye. So I love cooking this way, that it doesn't need your attention all the time. Can you get the smell? No, it shouldn't be dry. It will be juicy and soft. If your one is very dry, I would suggest that you add a few drops of water, Haika, and then put the lid on, because if you have the lid on, the steam should be there, so there shouldn't be any chance that your beetroot looks like dry. I can show you my one. Look, I'll turn the light on. So, can you see it's steam's coming? So see, it's not dry at all. I want to tell you one thing that Ash has mentioned about the quantity. It should reduce to half. The test I'm talking about, if you want that test, so whatever amount that you have added as raw beetroot, after finishing your cooking, it should be half of that. Yep, add some water, that should do the job. I can tell you, I have noticed it before. If you keep the beetroot in the freezer for long, it can dry out really. So that could be the reason. How did you go after adding water? Let's try it. Perfect. I don't need anything, but I need to cook for another 5 to 7 minutes. So what will happen once it's done, the color of the beetroot should be very deep purple color, really. So after another 4-5 minutes, it will be done. I can show you. How it's looking. So it's almost there. So that's the bit that you want. this bit is really done. It's the bottom bit, but we want whole thing to look like same. And towards the end of your cooking, take the lid off. Don't put the lid off anymore. And stir. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this cooking, and I'll be looking forward to hear from you. How did you find it? So till then, take care. Ciao, bye.